You know, I'm excited to be into golf. God's amazing in what He does for you. I'm John Solheim. I'm Chairman CEO of Karsten and Ping Golf Clubs. Right now, we're sitting at the factory headquarters here in Phoenix, Arizona. We have about 800 employees, and we have a very vast complex, over 50-some acres. There's a test facility right out back that you can hit drives. We have a fence on the back. We had to put it on because of Bubba Watson. In the future, we'll have a little longer range that'll handle Bubba, no sweat. My life, you know, it's been interesting because I had a wonderful father, very demanding father. My dad and I live off of one verse, and that's Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And, you know, it's trusting in the Lord that He's going to guide your decisions, and He guides your way. Things have kind of changed a little bit for me because a long time I thought I was just an in-between my dad and the third generation. And you know, I had a kidney transplant something like 8 years ago, and I knew that I'd need one at some time for 23 years. Okay, and because of that, I always felt I was the in-between. That transplant, just all of a sudden, it worked, it's phenomenal, but it also changed my perspective. I got new time. When the day starts for me, you know, I'm thankful to the Lord, and I talk to the Lord a lot, okay, and I'll talk to Him, it doesn't matter when. If I'm thinking about something, you know, I'm asking for His guidance, but you know, in the morning, I'm thinking to myself, what a glorious thing that the Lord has put me in this spot. Sometimes 2, 3 in the morning, my mind, it's supposed to be asleep, but it's spinning. So I'll put a note together to the team. I send them emails, because I know if I text them, that'll likely wake them up, and I'm not trying to wake them up. If I want to wake them up, I'll send them a text. But I've got a lot of employees with an awful lot of smarts. It's a great group of young people, but there's a few of us older guys around too to keep them online. Being a person of faith, okay, and having a family that also is of faith. And, you know, it's amazing the way the family trusts the Lord and trusts what's going on. But it allows us to do things absolutely different in an industry. And being private, not having to publish everything is huge. So we're an unknown to our competition because they don't know how we're going to move, what we're going to react at. We want to beat them with product, and we do that. And it frustrates them to all get out. The Solheim Cup is a wonderful thing, and it gives us a very close tie to the LPGA. It also does some neat things like when the U.S. team wins, you get to go visit the president with the team. That's kind of fun. You know, well, on one of these trips to see President Bush, the LPGA told us about they were going to go see some of the wounded warriors at the hospital there. And so it let us know what was going on. Then they asked for some clubs, and okay, you know, we'll do this. And then they, you know, we heard, well, we could do more, so we did more. Well, it was a quiet thing. We just did it, and because it was right, and to honor God. But all of a sudden, somebody puts out an email that says they played golf with one of these wounded warriors that got one of the sets. And all of a sudden, this thing goes viral, and the world knows about what we're doing, and they realize what type of company we are. You know, it's the type of advertising that you can't believe. It's not something we're looking for, because we just did it and kept it quiet. But it went off on its own. God's amazing in what he does for you, because, you know, my people, you know, they said, you know, why in the world are you hanging on to Bubba Watson, okay? And I said, just give him time, you know, and it takes golfers time. And all of a sudden, he makes it on the tour, you know, he wins a tournament, you know, and okay, you know, now they understand. Then he wins the Masters, you know, and this, you know, he's one of the biggest phenoms out there. And wow, you know, the Lord's leading him and helping us with it. You know, we don't have the money to do that. That's God's plan. How fortunate I am that the Lord blessed me and put me where I am, because it's something that I can glorify him and love what I do. The business, I run it to glorify the Lord. It's that simple.